Welcome to the Daily Reflection for Tuesday, April the 8th. The first reading for today's daily Mass comes to us from the 21st chapter of the book of Numbers. It reads, From Mount Hor the children of Israel set out on the Red Sea road to bypass the land of Edom. But with their patience worn out by the journey, the people complained against God and Moses. Why have you brought us up from Egypt to die in this desert where there is no food or water? We are disgusted with this wretched food. In punishment, the Lord set among the people seraph serpents, which bit the people, so many of them died. Then the people came to Moses and said, We have sinned in complaining against the Lord and you. Pray the Lord to take the serpents away from us. So Moses prayed for the people, and the Lord said to Moses, Make a seraph and mount it on a pole, and whoever looks at it after being bitten will live. Moses accordingly made a bronze serpent and mounted on a pole. And whenever anyone who had been bitten by a serpent looked at the bronze serpent, he lived. As I was praying with this passage, I was immediately struck by the fact that we can be incredibly sympathetic with the people of Israel. Because on a long car ride, are we there yet? When we're waiting to hear back from a doctor's office or someone about an appointment, we call 3 times to see if we have that appointment yet. So we all know about our lives, this experience of losing patience, losing trust, and just getting overall frustrated with the state of our lives. But the truth of the matter is that when we look at the totality of our lives, when we look at everything going on in our lives, we have to be cognizant of a few things. One is that we have to account for the good things in our lives, meaning that we have to keep the blessings in the forefront of our minds so that the daily frustrations, the challenges, the pain, the sorrow, all those things can have the right amount of influence. Meaning that they cause us to pray more, they cause us to have more compassion, they lead us to greater empathy for others. But again, these negative attributes of life don't come to dominate our entire vision. Because when this happens, again, we lose track of the blessings, and on top of it, it leads to more sinful thoughts. Because many of the rationalizations of our sinfulness usually begin in reaction to some challenge, frustration, pain, sorrow in our lives. So the people of Israel, they were going through legitimate hardships. As you probably heard at the beginning of this, one of the reasons their route changed was they were not allowed to go through the land of Edom. So this detour, necessitated by Edom's refusal to grant passage, added length and difficulty to their already long journey. But again, the Lord had delivered them from bondage in Egypt. And also he was providing food for them along the entire journey. And furthermore, he was going to provide water for them. So again, when we turn away from the blessings in our lives, when we forget about all of the good things, again, those experiences can lead to the rationalization of even greater and greater amount of sin. But this unique experience of the people being bit by the seraph serpents, and then the remedy for that, a seraph serpent being made out of bronze and placed on a pole, of course we see that as a direct reference to Jesus Christ. That when Jesus was crucified on the cross, he gave us grace and blessings in order to break this cycle of sinfulness. By his death and resurrection, he gives us grace to focus on the blessings of our lives and to make sure that we live lives of thanksgiving. But again, even when we do fail, when we are bitten by the reality of sin, all we have to do is turn towards Christ, especially in the sacrament of reconciliation, and we can be healed. We do not have to face the full consequences of our sinfulness if we would just turn back towards Christ, remember the good things of our lives, keep from sinning, and focus again on the blessings that God has given us in our lives. Thanks for listening, and have a blessed day.